Hello, 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 and welcome to People Talk Now. I'm your host, Vanessa Herrera, and this is the show where you ask about it and I talk about it. And let's not forget, guys, we're trying to change the pace out there in this fucked up world on what people call better days. And hey, guess what? You made it. It's Wednesday. Congratulations. That's right. I said it. Congratulations. That's a new word brought to you by yours truly. You're welcome. So, you guys, today, since this is episode 10, welcome to you just entered into episode 10. And so today I wanted to just talk to you guys and kind of just shoot the shit like we always do and brighten up your morning, because that's kind of what I'm here for, because it makes me feel good and it makes you feel good. And if you're happy and you're smiling after you've listened to this, and fuck, shit, what more can I ask for? I'm trying to spread love, positivity, and knowledge all through living this thing that we call life. So that's what's up. First of all, as I mentioned, I want to talk about, first of all, some positivity today. So there is always something that we can find to be grateful for. And snap your fingers if you agree. If you're driving, please don't snap your fingers. I don't want to be held responsible for any car crashes. But if you are driving to work and you're just asking yourself, what the fuck am I doing here? What the literal fuck am I fucking doing driving to this shithole ass fucking place today? That's right. It's a whole lot of profanity this morning, but we're happy, we're grateful, we're living. And so I've asked myself some of these questions before as well. Like, sometimes you have to ask yourself the hard questions in order to find the easy questions. In order to find the easy answers. Sometimes you have to ask yourself those hard questions in order to find the easy answers. So if you start asking yourself, like, it's already this question and you're finding it difficult, right, to come up with an explanation, and it's burdening you, chances are you're not meant to be there. But this isn't about me telling you what career path you should be taking. This is more about me suggesting the sort of mindset that you should be taking. Because I'm here to tell you that changing my mindset is what ultimately has brought me better opportunities, more happiness, less stress. And don't get me wrong, man. Every day I wake up, it's not always fucking peaches and rainbows and fucking buttercream and whatever the fuck people like eating nowadays. But you get my point. Like, it's not always going to be fucking dandy. Like, shit's going to go down. But you got to be prepared for the way that you're going to handle it. Mindset is everything. You know, if I would have known this way back when people would say it's about your mentality and it's about the way that you view things, I would have said, shut the fuck up. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But no, it is. It's all about mindset. Because the minute that you tell yourself that you're not good enough or you can't do something, guess what's going to fucking happen? Your mind is going to start believing it. And then that mindset is going to go fucking triggering and leaving a trail to every other part of your body. Then the negativity that you begin to feed yourself, that you start to believe, it starts to spread in all other parts of your body. And then other parts of your body start feeling like shit, and you wake up one day and you say, fuck, why do I feel like this? Well, no shit, because you're fucking sitting there programming yourself annihilating yourself. You're ruining yourself by creating this image of yourself that isn't true in your head. So, obviously, that's one of the directions that I've taken to just make my life a little bit easier. Is just think more positively. And sure, we hear people say it all the fucking time. Yeah, just be positive. Be positive. And I'm sure sometimes in those moments you're like, fuck you, man. You don't know what the fuck I'm going through. Like, I'm over here, like, I got bills to pay. I got kids, I got this, and I got that going on. So you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I totally get it, because you know what? I've been there too. Because sometimes, in life, people will come at you and, they'll try to spread positivity to you, but it's just not, it's not that it's not right for you. I feel like we could all use a little bit of love, and positivity is always, always right. Love, you can never go wrong with love, with good energy. But the thing is that we're not necessarily always meant to receive the message in the way that someone is trying to give it to us. So sometimes some other person may come along and say it in a really fucked up, difficult way. And because of the frequency that is being generated to you, you may not understand it. You may be like, I don't know what the fuck this person's trying to tell me. And like, it's understandable. But then some other person comes and explains it to you in layman terms, like saying, hey, man, look, just like sort of like me. Life is not that fucking difficult. Like, do you want to live? Do you really want to fucking live? It's about the choices that you're making. And sometimes some people come up to you and give you the reality of things, and in a way where you understand the message and you understand that you want to be positive. So I'm so sorry that I kind of went off there on that rant, but I really do hope that made some sort of sense to you guys. Not every time we hear a message, it's not that it's not meant for us. It's just that sometimes the way that it is delivered to us by that person necessarily isn't at the right frequency that we will understand for that moment. And then someone else will come along and deliver the same message, but in a different tonality that just we absorb it so well and it makes so much sense to us. You get what I mean? If you're not in your head right now, you get what I mean? Like, are you not in your head right now? Because if you are, like, hell fucking yeah. Like, please, like, understand what I'm trying to say right now. If you don't, then I'm sorry. Maybe someone else will come along and explain it to you in a different rhythmic tone that you will understand. So, you guys, life for me lately has been a trip. And I'll explain to you guys why life has been such a fucking trip. So, last week, first of all, let me just say that, I've been suffering from some ailments. I've been not feeling well. A lot of these issues have been going on after my daughter was born. And, the doctors have tried to kind of narrow down to the root of what's going on, like certain problems. And they just can't. And I keep going, I keep trying. And then it just got me to thinking, like, on a much deeper level, that it's so crazy how when something is affecting our bodies, how it will affect your mind, and in the kind of like the thought process that goes behind it, and the things that we start thinking about. And I just got to thinking that, life is too short first of all, life is way too short to be worrying about so many things that don't matter. And I made some drastic changes, like this week alone, going to some pig vigils, changing my eating drastically even more, where I'm eating like more raw foods. When I mean by raw foods, I know a lot of people ask me like, well, how could, Vanessa, I don't fucking get it. How can you be any more healthier? Like, you're already eating vegan. Yes, I get it. I'm eating vegan, but vegan foods are still cooked. You still need oils. You still use seasonings. So I'm focusing more on eating raw foods, things that are alive and that are not cooked, and that are more nutrient dense, and that I'm getting more and my body's able to process them more easily. So when you eat foods that are raw and that have not been cooked by heat or oil, your body will process them insanely more fast versus you eating something that's cooked. And you will get more nutrients out of it because it is still alive and it still holds the solar energy. So yeah, I've been trying that. I definitely kicked coffee in the butt. So I was like, goodbye, coffee. Goodbye. And I feel I'm still in the early days of it. It just feels so good to know that I was, I let go of it, and I feel like it was a really good decision. And I'm sure in another episode I will talk more about later on, like months down the line, of how I feel, and kind of share with you guys, like, hey, like, look, I'm checking in. This is what's going on with me now. Coffee addiction 101. No, it wasn't that I was addicted to coffee, but I just started realizing that coffee, I was becoming a bit dependent on it to a certain aspects. Like I was looking forward to it way too much at the end of every week. And just not that. I think with like my ailment that I have currently going on, that I just feel like that was maybe also affecting it. So, there comes a point where you have to ask yourself, like, you have to choose. You have to say, like, how much do I want to live? How much does my health really matter to me? And to me, it fucking means everything, because I have a family, I have a career, I have, I have all these creative aspirations that I want to continue finishing. So, as far as motivation goes, you guys, your girl fucking kicked coffee in the ass and was like, see you later, bitch. Because I'm trying to do this shit. I'm trying to do this thing called life, And caffeine can be a very, you know, it could be a very addicting thing. And you guys out there know, man, there's like so many things that people can get hooked on. And I just said, man, there was a point in time in my life where I didn't rely on coffee. I didn't rely on anything that had sugars. Like when I was a kid, or even when I was younger, in my earlier 20s, and I was like, I could just fucking go to the gym, or I could just go do, certain things without relying on caffeine. And so I kind of wanted to bring that part of my life back. That and the fact that I was just like, yo, fuck these motherfuckers getting this money, like fuck this shit. Honestly, like, I don't need coffee. Like, I'm already eating well. I'm eating good. Like, there should be no fucking reason why I need that amount of caffeine in my body. And if I do find myself needing it, then there's a nutrient that I'm lacking. And straight up, because when you hydrate yourself and you give yourself the things that your body needs, you just straight the fuck up don't need caffeine. Mic drop. Anyways, so yeah. Goodbye coffee. I'm currently at the moment taking a little detox of soy. I can't say that it'll be permanent, but just right now, just because I'm trying to figure out what works for my body, I decided that I was going to do that. So yeah, I'll let you guys know how that's going. But so far, I'm feeling really good. I've been noticing little improvements here and there within my body. Like my body's responding well to the choices that I've made already. So I'm just going to keep going with that till the wheels fall off. We'll see. But you guys, the motivation here today is listen to yourselves. If you're driving to work, or you're going to school, or you're going to visit a boyfriend or a girlfriend, that you're just having these, like, your stomach starts churning a little bit, like kind of like someone's just mixing around in there some scrambled eggs. Sorry to all the vegans out there. Sorry if I made a comment that hurt you because it says scrambled eggs, but I don't give a fuck. Stop being so sensitive. Just words. Anyway, so yeah, if your stomach is twirling around and dancing around like some scrambled eggs, then chances are that you are not listening to yourself. Listen to yourself today. All right? Because that's one of the best fucking things you could do today. Listen to yourself and stop making excuses as to why you shouldn't do something. Or maybe you feel like you're stepping on somebody's toes. Listen, I'm not telling you, and I'm not suggesting for you to go out there and disrespect people. I'm not suggesting you go and pour some hot coffee on your boss. Nothing like that. What I'm saying is that you should definitely start listening to yourself more. You'd be surprised how much power comes from that mind of yours, the one that's listening to this right now. The amount of power that you possess in your brain alone is fucking phenomenal. And I really don't think that you're giving yourself the credit that you deserve. All right. This is my little pep talk to you. All right. It's for free. I'm not charging you yet. But I'm saying that definitely do the things that bring you enjoyment in the now and stop focusing so much on what has not happened and stop focusing on what had already happened because it doesn't exist anymore. So just focus on right now, what you're hearing, and on what you're listening to. Okay? You're listening to People Talk Now, and Vanessa's giving you some motivational advice, and that is to get a grip. Get a grip right now. Hold yourself. Stand up. If you can't stand up because you're driving, sit the fuck down. Just smile because you're alive. All right? And that right there is grateful enough. If you've ever doubted yourself, don't. You're meant to be here. You're listening to this right now. I'm your girl. You got somebody, and you're not alone. All right? You need me to bitch slap you? Tell me your address. I'll go find you. Give you a nice little bitch slap for free. It's nothing but love. That's all I got. It's nothing but love. Because just like you, I had moments where I doubted myself, where I was just like, fuck, am I supposed to really be doing this? But you know what? I chose me. That's who you have to choose. You have to stop choosing other people first. See, and I think that's where a lot of things go wrong is because, you know, you got to stop choosing everybody else first. First of all, you can't be great for anybody if you can't learn to be great for yourself first. Yourself, that's where everything starts. Everything's in the mind up here because without your mind, nothing else works. Nothing else will matter. Your body is just the carcass, all right? You're just lugging that shit around. So mind you that you got to take care of it. You got to keep it in the up and ups. Clothes, nice clothes and all that shit's cool and all, but how fucking nice are your insides? All right? How nice is how much are you loving yourself from the insides? What name brands are you wearing in there? So my thing is like love yourself. Love yourself today. All right? And you're like, Vanessa, stop yelling at me. No, I'm not yelling at you. This is just how I am. This is just how I talk. You know, I'm here for you. I'm just giving you some little tips and pointers. We're just talking. That's it. We're just talking today. That's it. Today, we got no fucking directive. All right? We're following nobody's fucking rules. All right? Because I get it, man. When we go on into society is just society. All right? Nobody is setting any rules on us. We make the rules. You make the rules. I make the rules. You get what I mean? Like, you're in charge. And sometimes it takes a little more pushing to get people to see it. Sometimes not everybody sees it. So, yeah, hope they fucking do. So, I hope that was some good, you know, if you guys got any suggestions of things that you would want me to talk about, I always tell you guys, feel free, hit me up, peopletalknow@hotmail.com, or you can even go on my website, peopletalknow.com. Drop a little subscribe on there. Send me an email. Feel free. You got suggestions for my podcast? You want to be a co-host? Feel free. But I don't know if I told you guys at the beginning of this. How rude of me. I have a co-host here today. And it has no gender. My co-host name is Reality. Reality. I'm not drunk, you guys. I'm just fucking happy because a transformation has happened for me this week. Because when you start to realize that you're the only thing that's stopping you, you're the only thing that can harm you, you'd be surprised how fucking powerful that can make you feel. When you realize that all along you were the only thing that was holding you back. You were the only thing that was stopping your creativity. And on that note of creativity, I kind of wanted to talk to you guys today about what it's like for me being a mom and, you know, trying to be creative. Okay, first of all, let me just say this. My son is 10 years old, And most of the times, I drop them off at school in the morning. And, even on days where there is no days off, straight the fuck up. When you're a mom, there is no days off. You barely ever have fucking time to yourself. So luckily for me, my husband is very supportive. He's always there. If you don't have a husband that's supportive, I'm sorry. Find you somebody that's supportive. If you're doing it alone, if you're a single mother, fucking kudos to you, props to you, man. Give yourself a fucking pat on the back. And if I know you personally, I will give you a pat in the back because it is tough, all right? Even when you have a spouse, it is tough raising kids. Kids definitely are a lot of enjoyment, but they also require a lot of love, a lot of nurturing, a lot of support, a lot of time, a lot of patience. But they teach you something. Kids teach you how to be selfless. Kids teach you how to be the you that you should be. And what I mean by that is that kids are constantly reminding you of what you used to be and what you should be or what you should be striving for. Now, my kids, they're just like any other kids. They're wild, rambunctious, they're fucking nuts, they're fun. They have their moments where they're sensitive. They have their moments where they're just smart and they blow me away. And there's times that I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what have you done now? What have you knocked over? What have you done? They argue. They're just like any other siblings. If you ever had siblings and fucking siblings annoy the shit out of you, well, my kids do that too. They fight over the simplest things. And you know what? As a parent, you have to learn how to handle situations. You have to learn how to handle yourself and in ways that you can address certain issues when you got kids. But this isn't a parenting class right now. If you're already a parent, I'm sure you know how to be a parent to your own kids because everybody knows the real truth that there ain't no fucking book out there on how to be a good parent. But if you just go accordingly and you don't go by fucking society's bullshit ass fucking labels of what should be done or what you should be teaching kids, which is all the fucking bullshit ass, if you ask me. Because I have a son who's 10 years old. He's really fucking smart. He's in school. And he surprises me every day with the choices that he makes. And my daughter, she's 5 years old. And I'm still at the moment uncertain if my daughter will be going to school just because I don't really agree with the vaccine laws. I know, right? I'm probably sure a lot of you are like, what, Vanessa? I did not know that about you. Well, yeah, I dropped the fucking truth bomb. All right, I'm sorry. But the truth is that I don't agree with it. I really don't. And I'm not going to sit here and try to explain myself because I don't have to explain myself to anybody. But chances are my daughter will also be homeschooled by me. I will probably be her teacher. All right. I will probably have to teach her all the things that she needs to know in order to graduate. And I'm okay with that because I honestly don't feel like she's going to lose out on anything. Experiences, she's not going to lose out on anything because, to be honest, I'm outside in the world and she's always getting the experiences that she needs. It's not like we're just sitting in our house like a couple of hermit crabs, not talking to nobody. Because look at me. I'm here talking to you guys, and I'm a very social and outgoing person. Yeah, I could be very quiet and reserved too, but it doesn't mean anything. See, education always comes from the home first. And a lot of you, I'm sure, know that based on like the things that have been going on at schools out there this past few years with school shootings and all that stuff. A lot of the education, a lot of the things, everything starts in the home. And I'm sure you guys know that. That's what happens to most of us. We lose ourselves along the way through relationships, friendships, life, jobs. Things just happen. All right. But this isn't an episode of how we lost our lives. This is just me kind of showing you guys verbally, should I say. Unless you could see it, then that's pretty great. Then that means I'm really narrating this story pretty well. But yeah, So I'm a mom. I drop off my son to school most mornings. Sometimes he recently decided that he wanted to start walking. So, my husband actually started showing him how to walk to school, which I'm really proud of him. He's done it a couple times, but sometimes I just still choose to take him to school in the morning anyways. And yeah, my daughter, she stays home with me, and I educate her on all the things that most kindergartners would be learning right about now. And she loves it. And she gets to be artistic, and she gets to do art. And yeah, so during the day, I'm either running errands, cooking, cleaning, researching, trying to make sure that I have all my content going for you guys. And, I'm trying to get better at it, and just, I'm learning along the way. And more than anything, it's so important that you don't fucking stop being who you are. That's key number one, first of all. Don't ever stop being who you are, because that essentially will start taking away most of your happiness. Another thing for me to stay creative is, for me, I like reading. I enjoy reading a lot, actually. And right now I'm reading a book called The Slight Edge. I would really suggest for you guys to read it. I have the author's name right here. The author's name is Jeff Olson. JEFFOLSON, and it's called The Slight Edge. Really good book. I will fill you guys in more and more on Instagram, Poetic Soldier, or on my People Talk Now account, and start kind of fill you guys in on like what I think about the book so far, and what I've gotten from it, and how it's like changing perspectives, or if it's not. But so far, so good. I'm on chapter 3, and it's really amazing. So I really would suggest for you guys to go out and cop it, or whatever, PDF it. I don't know what the term is nowadays. Go to the library. Amazon's taking over the world. And yeah, so I like to read. I love writing. Obviously, you guys know that. And it's important that I keep myself in that mindset of a creative. If I need to take a drive, then I will take a drive. If I need to take a walk, I will go walk. If I need to get some exercise, sometimes exercising helps me abundantly think about my creative aspect. And that's super important to me. Being creative is really important to me, because if I'm not being creative, I don't feel 100% like myself. Like, I feel like I'm denying myself something. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but I basically feel like I'm denying myself something. And I start to feel sadness and guilt. It's just ridiculous, like how it affects me. And so I always want to make sure that I'm doing things, whether I'm listening to music, and I'm always trying to find new artists, new music. And yeah, so if there's any musicians out there, if you ever want me to listen to your music and kind of give it a review on my podcast, feel free to share with me. Send it to my email. Send me a link, and I'll go ahead and listen to it at peopletalknow@hotmail.com, and I will go ahead and review it on my podcast. So just giving the heads up. So yeah, I really love listening to music. An artist that I've been really listening to a lot lately, because he brings me a lot of peace and a lot of, I don't know, like his music, I think, calls for my mindset right now. And his name is Mark. I want to say it's Ebasi or Ebasi. Can't pronounce it. It's MarceBassy. There, I think. I'm pretty sure it's not. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, his music really calls for my mindset right now. So that's what I love. And so yeah, just I'm always, like, they're always with me. My kids are always with me, no matter what. And whenever I get a break, I use my break wisely. When I say I get a break, it's like they're not a job, but it's important that as a parent you have those couple minutes, even if it's just a couple fucking minutes, just to breathe, like, goddamn, okay, these children. But yeah, it's important. And if you're listening to this and you're a parent or you're about to be a parent, just know that life isn't fucking over. Don't believe these fucking people out here telling you like, oh yeah, once you become a parent, your life is fucking over. No, what I think essentially what they're trying to say, I think this is what they're trying to say. Why the fuck do I keep doing this voice? I don't fucking know. I think this is like a new personality. Not really quite sure. Anyway, so yeah, I think what they're trying to say is, guys, don't have children unless you're fucking ready. Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to say. And more than anything, children cost money, and they also require a lot of energy and a lot of love. So if you have a lot of time, you have a lot of love to give, and you got a lot of money, because they cost money, because kids ain't cheap, definitely make sure that you are ready, all right? Make sure that you are with someone who is ready to just be right there on the line with you. Like your partner, your husband, your boyfriend, your baby daddy, regardless if you're not together anymore, but you guys are co-parenting, just make sure that you guys are there on the front line and you're both parenting and you both agree on a lot of the same things. That's all I'm saying, y'all. And it's important, because not every day some days are harder than others. Some days I get, like, by the end of the day, I say that I'm going to do certain things. I'm going to sit down and write, and I'm going to write the best fucking novel ever, and I fall asleep. It's reality. But then the next day I get up and I'll try to redeem myself, but never stop. Like, never stop. Don't let nobody ever make you feel, okay? Because remember what I said a little bit back. Your mind, take control of your mind. It's your mind. No one can make you feel anything. So let me correct myself. Don't allow yourself to feel like you need to keep up with this thing that society is portraying. Like, people are always busy and they're always doing stuff, and yeah, look at me, I'm at this club tonight and I'm blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's stop with the bullshit, okay? Because look, man, let's be real. At the end of the fucking day, family is everything. People, your family, you could fucking drop dead today. Let's hope that doesn't happen. My point is that don't buy into all of that stuff, into like all the I'm busy and all this stuff, Focus on doing the things that are going to bring you fulfillment later on down your life, or bring you fulfillment in that moment. Because when you start living in what's happening right now, and you start to realize, how fragile your body is, and how you can get sick, and how you're not invincible, and how nobody's invincible, okay? Because as far as I know, there ain't no real fucking Superman. Also, all I'm saying is that by watching your mind, okay, just watching your thinking process and all this stuff is going to give you a good idea of what you should be doing for yourself. Okay? It's me just pushing you, because I'm kind of just showed you what I typically will do. I'm always, I'm doing errands, I'm cooking, I do all this stuff, but I don't allow of what's going on the outside of me to affect me and dictate what I'm gonna do and what I'm not gonna do. You know what I mean? Fuck what other people think. Literally, in a sense, like, don't be an asshole. Don't be like, well, fuck you, man, and like, don't take other people's criticism into consideration. But I'm just saying, if someone is you'll know. Like, trust me, you'll know when someone is not good for you. You will feel it. You need to listen to yourself. All right, be in tune with yourself. You are a goddess. You are a king. All right, we were meant to do this kind of shit. So regardless of what I'm doing in the day, whether I'm taking my son here, or I'm taking my daughter there, or I'm picking up my husband, or I'm gonna go grocery shopping, or I'm gonna do this and that and that, that doesn't stop me from being a bad mother shut your mouth, okay? Because no one can take that away from you. All right. People don't know shit. People just see what they want to see. All right. But and chances are, fuck, people probably hear what they want to hear too. Shit. I mean, I've been there. Hello. But I'm just saying, y'all, life's not that fucking hard. Y'all been hearing me saying this from the beginning. You've been hearing me say life is not that hard. It ain't. It's not. Okay. Because you woke up today. Okay. You woke up. You have another opportunity. And if you're still finding something to be pissed off about, it should be that you have not found a way to create happiness for yourself yet. That's what you should be mad about. Please don't be mad about it. But if you shouldn't be mad about things you can't control, but be mad that you are allowing yourself to get mad. All right? It's okay to feel emotions. No one's saying you're going to be fucking walking on water. I get that. But I'm just saying, find better ways. All right? Not dropping it in your hands, but meditation helps. But okay, just saying, a little yoga, a little exercise, a little running outside. I'm just saying that, keep those things in mind, you guys. Keep those things in mind when you think about your life and your drive on the way home or on the way to work or on the way to school. And I know I said that I was going to share with you guys my idea on cruelty-free. But my idea on cruelty-free is not bringing any kind of harm to any animal out there, first of all. But my idea on cruelty-free is not just not hurting any animals, but it's also not hurting each other and the environment in any type of way, period. Like, if products are being created and they're hurting our environment, then I'm sorry, but that's not cruelty-free to me. It doesn't matter that, I'm being told that, it doesn't hurt animals. The whole fact of the matter is that it's still hurting other things. It could be hurting trees, the environment, fucking oceans. So always be mindful too. Like, really ask, all right, so maybe you didn't hurt a cow or a chicken or a fucking dolphin or some shit for this makeup or this cream or this thing. But what else did you hurt? All right? Because I don't remember where I heard this, but I heard somebody say that if you look at the ingredients on an item and it has a word that you don't fucking understand, like you can't even pronounce it, chances are that it shouldn't be on your body or in your body. All right? Hello. Hope that makes sense. So just think about that, you guys. Think about that for a quick second. All right? Well, I'm over here going to just be looking up the word of the day. Because, got to give you a word of the day. Because, I love you guys leaving this podcast with a little more enlightenment. A little more in your mind than what you came here with. And again, if you ever want to hit me up and give me your food for thought, you can hit me up. I almost gave you guys my other Instagram, but I don't mind you guys following my other Instagram too. Share it with the world. That's what I'm here for. You can share People Talk Now on Instagram. I have my podcast account, and you can also follow me on. Or I don't actually scratch that. Just go check out peopletalknow.com. All right, go down there, subscribe to my newsletter if you would like. If you know anybody that maybe would want to be a co-host, you guys know that I'm always open for business. Okay. And yeah, so let's bring you guys the word of the day. So, oh my goodness, this word is just, here we go. Let's open it up. Let's open it up. So I don't know how you pronounce this word, but I'm going to take a stab at it, and I'm going to say it's called armistice. Let me see. Armistice. Okay, armistice. And the definition of armistice is a temporary stopping of an open act of warfare by agreement between the opponents. Truce. So it's basically like to come to a stand, basically. So in a little while, this podcast is going to come to an armistice. Yeah. You guys can use it however you guys want, you know. I'm just I'm just here to share. Okay. So, let me share with you guys the joke of the day. As always, one of the most wonderful things in life is to wake up and enjoy a cuddle with somebody you just love or you care about. Wouldn't you agree? That is, unless you're in prison. Yeah, no. I get it. That's pretty fucked up. But you guys, it was a joke of the day, man. So I hope you got a little laugh out of it because come on, y'all. Come on. Anyways, yeah, I've been a little too hyped for this podcast today, but I'm loving it. I really hope anything that I've kind of said today kind of struck any chords with you guys. And yeah, stay creative, y'all. Stay happy, stay motivated. But can't even talk. But stay motivated, stay in the now, and just stop thinking so far ahead, okay? Because I feel like ultimately that is what's ruining some of us. We're just going so far ahead that we can't see what's in front of us right now. So, on that note, I love you guys. I love all of you so much. Thank you guys for always being so supportive, for always being part of my journey, watching my growth, for listening to my podcast and my ramblings. It means a lot to me. I have a lot of fun doing this, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun listening to me talking about God knows fucking what. But yeah, if there's ever anything that you guys want me to talk about, kind of brush up on, remember you guys, hit me up at peopletalknow.com. I have an email that you guys can email me any questions at peopletalknow@hotmail.com. All right, and you can also follow me on Instagram at peopletalknow. Okay, and yeah, I love you guys, and as always, it has been a real fucking slice. Peace.